Imagine for a second sending money across the globe to a loved one, and it's literally as effortless and as secure as shooting them a quick text message. Well, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into Remitly. It's a digital platform that's essentially on a mission to make international money transfers way faster, totally easier, and frankly, much more transparent. So if you've ever felt completely bogged down by the ridiculous fees and those endless, nail-biting delays of traditional bank wires, you are in exactly the right place.
Here's a quick roadmap for today's explainer. 1. Setting up your account. 2. Understanding your transfer options. 3. Adding your payment methods. 4. Executing the transfer itself. 5. Tracking your transfer. And 6. Maximizing those sweet benefits. Let's jump right in.
All right, Section 1, setting up your account. Fast, secure, and verified. To get the ball rolling, you just download the Remitly app or hit up remitly.com. Now, because Remitly is a highly regulated financial provider, they absolutely have to comply with global anti-money laundering laws and Know Your Customer, or KYC protocols. Basically, to verify you are who you say you are, you're going to want to have a valid photo ID handy, like a passport or driver's license, along with a proof of address, like a recent utility bill. Trust me, having those ready right from the get-go is going to save you a ton of time during onboarding.
And speaking of security, while Remitly locks down your data with heavy, bank-level 256-bit encryption, you've got to do your part too. You are directly responsible for keeping your own credentials safe. So always, always use a strong, totally unique password, and please, enable two-factor authentication. It's an absolute must to lock out any potential fraudsters.
Moving right along to Section 2, Understanding Transfer Options, Speed versus Value.
So Remitly actually serves over 175 countries, and they've brilliantly designed two distinct transfer speeds to fit whatever situation you're in. On one hand, we've got the express transfer. This is perfect for those urgent, I need it there yesterday family emergencies. The money arrives in literal minutes using your debit or credit card, though, it does come with a slightly higher fee. On the other hand, we have the economy transfer. Now, this is the smart choice if you want to save money on routine, maybe monthly support. It takes about 1 to 5 business days using your bank account, but it actually rewards you with a lower fee and a significantly better exchange rate.
Once you pick your speed, you get to choose how the money physically lands, and the receiving end is just incredibly flexible. You can opt for a traditional direct bank deposit or a cash pickup at a local partner. Mobile wallets are also an absolutely incredible workaround for folks who might not even have a traditional bank account. Think Gcash in the Philippines or UPI in India. Honestly, in select regions, you can even arrange for home delivery right to their front door.
Okay, Section 3, adding payment methods. Funding your transfer. So how do you actually pay for all this? Well, Remitly supports a really robust lineup of digital funding sources. You can seamlessly link your bank account directly for an ACH payment, which is basically just your standard bank-to-bank transfer, or you can use your normal Visa or MasterCard debit and credit cards. They even support digital wallets like Apple Pay and Google Pay, which honestly makes the whole checkout process virtually frictionless.
Now, pay close attention to this 3% figure. If you do decide to fund your transfer using a credit card, you are usually going to get hit with an extra 3% fee from Remitly, plus any potential cash advance fees directly from your own card issuer. Ouch, right? Because of that, using a debit card or a direct bank transfer is almost always the wiser, much more cost-effective choice.
Which brings us to Section 4, Executing the Transfer, Getting the Details Right.
All right, time for the actual execution. The app is going to walk you through 4 really simple steps. First, you enter your sending amount. Second, choose that delivery method. Third, carefully input your recipient's details. And fourth, review your send summary. This summary is highly transparent. You're going to see a complete breakdown of the exact exchange rates, the transfer fees, and the absolute total cost before a single cent leaves your account. No hidden surprises.
But here is a critical warning straight from Remitly regarding those cash pickups. The name you enter must match your recipient's government-issued ID exactly. I mean, literally. Even a tiny little typo in their name will cause the local payout agent to just flat out block the cash withdrawal to prevent fraud. So double-check everything. Accuracy right here is absolutely non-negotiable. Moving to Section 5, Tracking your transfer. Total peace of mind. Look, it's completely natural to feel a little bit of anxiety when you're sending your hard-earned money across the globe, right? So Remitly handles this with a super robust tracking timeline. First, your transfer gets confirmed. Then, if you just popped in your recipient's mobile number during setup, both you and the receiver get these really comforting real-time text message updates at every single stage of the journey, right up until the funds are actually delivered. And this perfectly illustrates their commitment to reliability. It's Remitly's delivery promise. Basically, if your transfer doesn't arrive on time, as stated, your transfer fees are completely refunded. Boom. They are literally putting their money where their mouth is when it comes to speed and keeping customers happy.
All right, our final stop, Section 6, Maximizing Benefits, Pro Tips for Users.
Let's talk about some actionable pro tips so you can wring the absolute best value out of this platform. First off, new users frequently unlock special promotional exchange rates or even zero fees on their very first transfer, so it's basically the perfect time to test drive the service. Beyond that, definitely take advantage of their referral program to earn some rewards, and make it a habit to dynamically check rates right there in the app. That way, you can time your bigger transfers perfectly against market fluctuations.
You can also seriously maximize your utility by understanding how their approval tiers work. When you start, your account automatically gets a pretty generous Tier 1 daily limit of up to $2,999. But say you need to send more, maybe for a big purchase or some major family support, you can easily unlock higher tiers. You just provide a little more documentation, like your full social security number in the US, or you just declare your source of funds, and you can safely bump that daily limit up to $6,000 or even $10,000.
Finally, I think it's really worth reiterating the trust factor here. While Remitly is a digital financial services provider and not your traditional brick-and-mortar bank, they operate under some incredibly strict safeguarding rules. They're officially authorized by top regulatory bodies like the FCA over in the UK, and they are registered with global regulatory agencies to ensure that, no matter what happens, your money is completely protected.
Now, just before we wrap up, a quick professional disclaimer: global finance moves incredibly fast. Financial policies, available exchange rates, transfer fees, and delivery options are super dynamic, and they're always subject to change. So definitely always verify the current terms and exact numbers directly inside the Remitly app on the specific day you plan to send. Which leaves us with one final, pretty important question. How much time, stress, and frankly, money could you save on your very next international transfer by just going digital? You know, it might just be time to finally ditch those slow, incredibly expensive bank wires and take full control of your cross-border finances. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we'll catch you on the next one.